Is one of us going to play the role of the host to keep us on track?
That's gone really good for us so far tonight, hasn't it?
Reel it back.
Well, we are here to watch all of the Mario Kart Rainbow Roads, as you can see, from 1992, which is Super Nintendo. Did not know Super Nintendo was that old.
1992?
Yeah. And then 2020, we're gonna see Tour, which I think we all kind of expressed that this is our first time seeing Tour.
Yep.
Right. I've played a little bit of it. I don't think I remember playing Rainbow Road though.
I've never touched Tour.
That's the toy, right? The physical toy.
Like that's Home Circuit.
Thank you.
That's what you're thinking of.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
Is Tour not on the phone though?
It's not?
Is it?
I thought you could play on your phone. I don't have it, so I am not the authority.
Tour is on the phone. Home Circuit is the little RC car.
Got it.
We really did our research here, boys.
Yeah,
no, it's fine. I know Mario Kart. Zoom, turtle.
What is our end goal with watching every iteration?
Well, basically, the end goal, we're going to kind of compare our creative minds, figure out who likes what maps the most, and why we don't like some maps.
We will definitively figure out which Rainbow Roads are truly the best.
In order to do that, we need more than just our three opinions. So you guys, down in the comments, let us know your ranking.
Looking at you, Tom.
Yeah.
Dude, Tom.
Tom.
Called out. Tom.
Subscribe, Tom.
I really want a true hard SNES Rainbow Road fan to just ream us, because I'm going to make a bold claim. I don't think that track's going to rank very high.
All right, so we're going to start off with Super Mario Kart. Pretty simple, pretty basic. It's pretty short.
When was the last time you played Super Mario Kart?
On the SNES Classic.
Still living with my parents back in high school, I'd like to say.
High school never ends.
High school.
It is not fun to go back to. High school or this kart.
Oh, nostalgia though. Nostalgia.
I mean, yeah, it hits you right away, doesn't it?
This better go by fast.
So,
pretty speedy.
I can see these colors. Let's start there.
I wonder how we got from this to like, oh, Rainbow Road has to be the hardest track.
I mean, this was hard because driving in the SNES was like impossible. I recently went back as Bowser. I look like I don't know how to hold a controller.
It's God's place history, but like I can already tell like this is probably gonna be at the bottom.
It's probably the easiest one to go around.
Oh yeah. Those thwomps, though, they get you.
They do. And you don't know where they are. The depth was not a good thing in the SNES days.
Back in the day, right? The controls were probably a little bit more janky than what we're used to now. I don't fully remember like original SNES.
Yeah.
Very slidey, and as they kind of showed in the video, like the jumps, the big hops you would do, it's just there was no support, no railing. It was you mess up, you fall.
Right, but you could break the game. You could, if you mastered those curves, you could skip so many sections.
Unless you're heavy. Bowser can't be doing that.
Did they actually do that with the older games though? Because I know like the weight effects ever since like 7, I believe is when they started like actually doing stats, or the Wii, I guess I think had stats.
I think Double Dash had it too.
Visually and like objectively looking at it, it's simple. It's something that you would expect to see from a game from the early 90s.
I think once we get to it, we should, in fairness, rank the remaster against everything.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Because I think some picks might change based on their newer versions. Well, we'll see. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there.
What is this track called, Sasuke?
Rainbow Road, baby!
Oh, no idea.
Welcome to Mario Kart.
Let's go. Also very colorful.
Very colorful.
See all those colors.
They've learned to blend.
Yeah, thankfully. I also like how it cuts out at some point the rendering distance
Oh yeah.
There.
With the older games.
Very hoppy.
Wow. Was there gravity?
Oh, that's it. That would it be?
Did they make gravity a little bit lower on the old Rainbow Roads?
That'd be very cool.
Or was that just something that they could do?
I forgot there were chain chomps in this road for no reason other than to upset you.
It's weird that they're like chomping halfway through it.
Mm-hmm. How are they in it?
They're eating a fruit roll-up, essentially. They're stuck in the middle of it. I can now not think of Rainbow Road as just a very long fruit by the foot.
Yeah. Are they? So are we seeing giant constellations or are there fireworks going off? What is happening?
With how relatively close they are, you'd think they'd be like some sort of fireworks, but there's no way they were going to be able to do that animation.
It's just neon lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the vibe.
Yeah.
I do like the vibe.
You can't fall off the side, can you?
There is railing everywhere so far.
Did you see the way that they bounced too? It was like they weren't animated to bounce. They were like, let me take the PNG and just fling my mouse a minute.
Yeah, that was kind of. Yeah. There really wasn't no thrill. You know, you had the safety the whole time. You never had to worry about falling off the map.
It's just kind of boring.
It was a bit boring.
The only danger was a few chain chompies here and there. It's looking bleak. I think that might be a bottom.
But it was the first step into 3D. So maybe they were just like, we can't be too adventurous. We got to make sure it works.
People gonna be falling too much.
Because I remember when I first got an N64, I got sick playing Mario and Glover because it was just like a new thing, you know?
You sure it just wasn't Glover?
It might have been also that Glover was wild to look at.
It's a good track for its time. Might not hold up.
Might not hold up. The next option that we're going to be seeing is the Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance.
Let's go.
Forgot this game existed. Forgot that this game even came out.
I spent hours.
Off the start, this map looks bonkers.
It's pretty. Oh, there goes the railing.
Okay.
It's gone.
Yeah. Ooh.
Wait, is the edge
of this music?
Is the edge a jump? The edge is a jump.
The edge is a jump.
Crazier.
What?
Oh, that's shortcuts all day. Wow. Yeah, and you had that stretch right there. And boost pads. This was the game to introduce boost pads? Or no, 64 had boost pads.
Yeah, they just didn't have them on Rainbow Road.
Yeah, because they're like, that's
too much.
No railings, bouncy railings, and that's crazy. And then this is the first game to bring back classics.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
I guess.
The first remake of the Super Nintendo.
Control-wise, Super Circuit and SNES are very similar. It's more of a graphical leap. No thwomps. Wow. They wanted this to be the easy version?
They would probably just like bring it back.
Yeah.
No other thought. It's boring. Like we said when it first showed up, it's just boring.
Yeah. I do like the temptation to take the shortcuts of the original for Super Circuit. That's good.
Oh, but the jump pads.
But bringing back the OG in this and taking away the one gimmick it had, it's somehow worse than the OG.
It makes it more easier.
And it does feel narrow. There is a narrowness to the track, so it's a lot of just pure racing skill.
Okay, I see that. It's the cartooniness. As Mario Kart goes on, it feels a little bit more like a racing game, you know?
Yeah. I like the moon, too. I like the little backdrop there.
I was going to talk about the aesthetic of the Super Circuit. When the first track, I wanted to keep watching even though the lap ended, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted more of it. I wasn't done with it.
Because there was some skill there. They were taking those shortcuts. They were taking those chances.
Yeah.
Having the bounce pads on the side, somebody can bump you into it. You just go by. Like it doesn't really feel scary until it is. It's one of those things where like if there's nobody around you, it's super easy. You can take those shortcuts. But the second somebody's trying to like mess you up and like hit you into them,
Oh yeah.
that's when I feel like the track would probably be a lot more interesting. But yeah, you guys mentioned the aesthetic of just all the art and everything and the background, and it's absolutely phenomenal. They put in so many nice touches. So
Feels good.
aesthetically, yeah.
I have a very soft place in my heart for the advanced look. It's like the NES, the Super Nintendo art style, portable. It's great. I think we're taking a huge leap from this on to Double Dash.
Panther, this is probably gonna be our at least top 3.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but this is the map that I spent most of my childhood on. Because Double Dash was, like, when I first got really big into gaming, was the first Mario Kart that I actually got my hands on, and I played way too many hours.
I never had I had no memory card for the longest time. So it would just be marathons of this game, because you turn it off, you start from scratch.
All your progress is gone.
I'm very curious, Flesh, with you missing out on the GameCube era, how you're going to compare and be like, I don't know, guys, this looks very boring.
I'm going to have a very unbiased opinion. I don't have nostalgia goggles.
I'm excited. I'm just going to look up at you after this segment and just be like, did you like it?
What do you think? What do you think?
I am noticing a giant tube. 2 of them.
Good times. A lot of rainbow in the background.
Yeah, that bomb is just up there, huh? It's just floating things over a city?
Yeah.
Over a city.
One of the first times we've seen the gigantic city that you just plummet to.
Oh, is this a canon city? Is this New Donk?
Maybe they had this idea so long ago.
Whoa, that was a giant
Boost pad.
Thank you.
The little bitties right here. This curve, this could make
Oh,
a race
this was
times.
yeah. This is what won you or lost you the race right here.
I will say they made that feel good. Anime lines and all.
Anime line.
Did he just throw like
speed lines?
He just threw like 8 fireballs.
Yep.
That was the green fireball there.
Double Dash's unique gimmick, aside from the double, was each character having a specific item.
Oh.
But the thing about Double Dash that it was really good for like a big cooperative thing, because you had one person driving and one person dealing with the items.
And
you would have
throw
to
you a different item. You could change which item you had.
I vaguely know that. Vaguely, because the commercials were pretty funny.
And we had the introduction of the golden mushroom.
The golden mushroom did come out in this game.
Oh, I do like the golden
unique
mushroom.
to Toad and Toadette. How broken
It
is
was. Yep, the green fireball was for Yoshi or Luigi.
Oh.
Yeah, technically Mario had red and Luigi had green, but they did the same thing. The giant Koopa shell with Bowser. Bowser
Yeah,
Jr.
the giant. Oh man, that was
essentially just Bowser's shell as a projectile.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so that was good with the loadouts. It's like, okay, I want to have red shells, and I would also like to have the ability of having a gold mushroom. So I'll pick Toad and the Paratroopa, so you can get those.
Oh man, strategy. I like it.
Yo.
So much strategy. That I don't think was introduced again until... Could you choose parts in 7?
Yes.
Car parts? Okay.
Yep, car parts started in 7.
Okay. So it took until 7 to have that level of strategy again.
I will say, I'm not crazy about how it looked. I know it's GameCube era, and I'm not talking about graphically. I'm talking about like floating bomb-ombs and floating mushrooms. You know, what I saw of the city was cool. And how many sections had railing? I've already forgotten, but I felt like it started and stopped.
Anytime with the curves, they like to not have it. I think the renovations that we went through in Double Dash, good step in the right direction.
Here we go.
Next we got DS, looks like.
DS. This is Mario Kart DS.
Played a lot of this too.
More nostalgia.
That did feel good.
Yeah. Oh, and you can make your own little icons.
Yeah. Yep.
The pixel art icons. You got the big curve again.
I'm noticing the when you drift, they've added the spark animation.
They did that in Double Dash.
Oh, did they?
I think they only had 2 levels you could do on that.
There's either 2 or 3.
Right. Oh, and rings. This is when the rings started getting introduced. Just big, overarching. I don't think Double Dash or anything before that had them.
There's a lot of railing here.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot going on with this one, gimmick-wise.
It's almost as if they took the Double Dash one and they were just like, here's a package.
You know, I did like all the loops.
Yeah, big old loop and pull.
When you were going upside down, they did add the railings again. They were like, we don't want you to fall off at this point because that's upsetting.
That's just mean.
Yeah.
That'd be mean.
Just having like that the constant speed boost while you're going around it. Like that felt good. Any other comments on the DS map though before we continue on to the Wii?
Okay. Fun little tangent. I got so angry at Mario Kart DS, I took the game out and snapped it in half.
No!
And what's funnier,
issues like that
wasn't even my Mario Kart DS.
Yo, what?
I think whoever I borrowed it from, they never asked about it again. And I was scot-free. But you knock on wood, that karma's gonna come to get me, or maybe it already did.
They're watching this video right now, and they're gonna find you.
The FBI's gonna kick my door down.
They knew that you did it, and they were like, I don't want to be the next Mario Kart. If I bring it up, it's the end of me.
I think that's the angriest I've ever gotten at a game.
We're on the Wii. You boys ready to see the Wii?
Snap, Coconut Mall us.
Yeah, we would like to play. Coconut Mall hype. Super excited for that.
Now,
Let me some
immediately,
star bits.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We got a good stereotypical moon back there, looking cheesy.
That's Earth. We are in space. Everything else was kind of within the atmosphere.
This was pretty groundbreaking. Honestly, I think the leap from Super Circuit to Double Dash was a leap, but the leap from DS to this, pretty monumental.
That's going from console or handheld to console, though. You gotta keep that in mind as well.
True. That is true.
Yeah, give him the respect of that. Oh, the little leapy parts, the parkour moments.
That's right. I forgot. That's where this happened.
Where you whip the controller, do a little stunt.
I didn't know that I remembered this well until it started playing. I didn't fall off of this a whole lot.
No, the turns weren't too tight, I don't think. Because they really wanted to show off the parkour moments.
Yeah.
So they had more half-pipey corners.
And while you were doing that, your friends were throwing shells, and that's what knocked you into space.
Oh, I forgot about this curved part. I did fall off this a good time or two. Because you're doing the mushroom last minute, you're like, I gotta make up ground.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You just
Did
sail
those
off
stargates do anything?
The mini ones?
Yeah, it's on every single one of the boost pads.
No, I think that
was just
aesthetic. It was So the boost pad was doing the work.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it gave you extra boost if you went through them consistently.
It could be toughy sometimes. But yeah, I don't remember falling off of it that much, like you said, Flesh. Is that rose-colored glasses? Like, yeah, we were good at this one. We never fell off it.
We were good at it because they wanted us to be good at it at that time.
Visually and like gameplay-wise, like you had the trick, you had the, jump tricks, you had that they brought in with the Wii, where you shake the remote and you do the trick, get the boost.
Yep, motion controls.
Motion control.
Driving like a real car for the first time.
Selling everybody plastic wheels.
Dude,
they made so much money off those.
Yep.
I got the Nerf ones.
Ooh.
Those were soft.
You could throw them at somebody and that'd be okay.
Yeah.
And you can hit things with those.
You can throw them things.
We don't justify violence in our video games.
Technically, it's outside of the game.
That was also a really long track too.
Yeah.
Yes, the Wii itself, for just being the one track, was pretty long.
That's true.
Yeah.
There was a lot that they kind of brought in with the Wii that they just probably felt like they needed to make the tracks longer to have everything that they wanted to have in it.
Yep. They needed you to feel that you needed to get used to having the ability to do tricks. So they gave you a playground a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good word for it. It was a playground.
That's probably the best explanation I've heard about it ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm cheating and looking ahead on the timeline.
Peter.
So Mario Kart 7. Does the SNES get 4 remakes?
Does it?
It had 3 to begin with. Well, I mean, you had the original and then the 2 remakes, and then you have the one for Super Circuit.
Okay.
So there's 3 remakes and then the original.
So they keep bringing it back. Why? Do people love it?
Paying respects
The
to
original?
your original.
I guess. I don't know. It's weird to me, right? Because yes, you're keeping it as close as possible, but don't you want it to look like the other one just looked?
Right. That's my argument with like Ribbon Road is a Super Circuit classic. It's flat because it's the Game Boy. They're not going to do too much. But in Deluxe, that thing's got curves. You fly around. You're going on the little whippy part. That's how you reinvent a level in the third dimension. Which is why you kind of think like, wouldn't you do that for a SNES classic that's super flat?
You would think.
I mean, to this day, I feel like a lot of people that are Mario Kart purists, I imagine we're all pretty casual with Mario Kart, and we agree that like Mario Kart 8 is like the pinnacle at this point.
Yeah.
Gameplay wise. But there's a lot of purists that are like, nah, mechanics suck. Mario Kart Wii is the best.
That's so
I
interesting.
see a lot of comments on that.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's a big speedrunner community with it.
I guess I get that.
And a huge mod culture too.
It's sort of like when people like Dungeons and Dragons 4E, you know, over whatever is happening now, or they like Pathfinder better. It's like, this is what I'm used to. So now I know the tips and I know the tricks and I know the cheats. And now you have fixed all that and I'm now bad.
And it's like Melee with Smash Ultimate.
Yes.
Like there's going to be people like, no, Ultimate sucks. Melee. All day.
Yep.
Mario Kart 7!
It's weird that we're starting with a remake at the beginning of 7.
Okay, so immediately you see that they did actually add some things. There are some ramps, there are some coins.
The
when
first
the
major
thwomps
change.
hit, it shakes.
I never realized how pretty 7 was. I never got to play it. It's a good looking game.
Oh, you can Tanuki. What does a Tanuki do?
I think you just kind of pop up for a second.
Jump higher?
Oh no, you can swipe things.
Oh,
Ah.
I think I wasn't paying attention. Oh no, so they do affect. That was where the big change came from. They affect the map and make it wavy. Oops.
Now we're getting into the actual
This one's crazy.
Mario Kart 7. You drive on the moon.
Have we played? Has anyone played 7?
I did.
I played a
Okay, so
bit
you
of
both.
7.
Oh, this, I do remember being angry when it dipped you just underneath the item.
Duh. It's not laps. It's just a
It's
sprint.
not loud.
Wow. So yeah, this one's the longest by default.
I've definitely fallen off
The
there.
introduction of the paragliders as well.
Okay.
Yeah. 8.
That was the big thing for
like that,
7
right?
was the paragliders.
Okay. I think I've only seen this track maybe like once or twice.
This one, the track is definitely the star.
Immersion though with these, just like getting off the ribbon and actually driving on bodies of things. I think Rainbow Road, the theme is on the level of DuckTales moon theme.
That's bold.
That's
real bold.
It's close. Oh, this one juices.
I like it a lot.
That's a good one. Our third time so far seeing the Super Nintendo one. Better than the previous two.
It's the best one we've seen so far.
Absolutely.
Brought the thwomps back, added the ramps, added some wavies being affected by the thwomps. Brand new one. It's a long one.
It's a long one, and it looks good. It kind of brings you more into like what I felt like was like an astro field.
Yeah, it's the first time that you are not on the Rainbow Road.
It feels like,
For a
yeah,
moment.
yeah, and it feels like you're in space. Truly.
Yeah, because while you were driving on that moon or asteroid, whatever it was, I don't know if you guys noticed, but you do kind of float more. You did float more when you hit those jumps, and that's just a really good addition.
Mario Kart 8!
I
there are
believe.
3 honking
Yes.
Rainbow Roads on this. I don't know when. I'm fuzzy on the original DLC. That's weird that Mario Kart 8 has 2 different DLCs.
Now we're getting this new
That's
one.
crazy. Yeah. Which might have, if it's got Double Dash Rainbow Road in it, I feel like 7's Rainbow Road would make it for sure, if not Wii. Because I feel like those 2 probably stand out more, and then Double Dash maybe.
What if they just bought all of them?
If that Blue Shell Cup is just 4 Rainbow Roads.
Yeah.
Or yeah, if they do just bring every course back.
Every Rainbow Road? That'd be pretty cool.
I know I'm colorblind, but this is a less vibrant rainbow, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
less saturated.
This
I feel
feels
like.
more like I'm driving through a semi-colorful space station.
7 was all about going through an astral field, where this one's all about a space station is the Rainbow Road. And you can see that in the actual track itself is mechanical. It's not a ribbon of color.
Yes.
It's an actual built thing.
This is the first time that there's so much happening that I want to look at the background, but the moment you do, you're dead.
Yeah, this one will screw you over, especially on 200.
Oh, this is the remake of the Nintendo 64 Rainbow Road.
Which is weird because this is
I
a
totally
sprint.
forgot that. Oh my.
They changed the actual structure of this one.
Yeah.
On 64, 3 laps. Repeated, where this is just one long stretch. Like 7 was. So this is a remake, but it's also not. It's kind of its own track.
Which I like.
Right.
Yeah. It's just a ribbon with chain chomps, and I guess it's like, oh yeah, that's 64.
These have character fireworks in the sky.
Polar Express just going around us.
They've taken away the barriers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the original did have pretty much permanent barriers, right?
I think it was
Chomp
permanent.
Isn't chopping the track, he's just bouncing.
Oh. Oh.
So yeah, this is their SNES Rainbow Road.
So
no
at this
longer
point,
in a void.
it's our 4th time seeing the Super Nintendo track.
Yes.
That's crazy. Nobody has had this many remakes.
They've got the
Nintendo really likes it.
what are they called? The mountains from Super Mario World.
That's what is so nice about Mario, just like Mario in general. It's so color heavy. Which I'm sorry, Flesh, you can't fully experience, but you know what? Still
I
appreciate
feel
it.
like I get it. The only time I didn't get it was the last level, the space one.
I love the idea of you like playing Mario World and you're just like, yeah, I get it. Colorful.
I see colors. There's at least 2.
Yeah, you don't need to overdo it. I get it. I like how they have the little light show going on those hills. Oh, there's
Yes.
little mushroom huts down there. Sometimes they poke out from the track.
These thwomps are being violent with the shaking.
Oh yeah,
it could end you.
I'm a sucker for space station stuff, so seeing satellites and a blooper ship, like, that's freaking cool. I love just the lore of like Mario minions making a ship, Bowser sending bad guys to space. That's cool.
Yeah, I think aesthetically, I don't love it. It's lower for me because
You mentioned the colors.
it's just because everything sort of blends together. So you can't see too much clearly, and that's what they want, right? They want you to feel like you're zooming past everything.
Right.
But I think that there's a balance that could have been struck when you are still enjoying the environment, because I think that 8 does that so well. When you think of tracks like the Animal Crossing track, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I feel like this one gets a little bit muddy with its color palette.
I could see that, yeah. Which is weird for a track that's supposed to be like the most vibrant of them all.
Exactly.
So
You
literal.
toned it down, and it's just it holds up to the standard of it being 8, right? But is it the best Rainbow Road? It doesn't really feel like a Rainbow Road, does it?
No, it doesn't seem like a Rainbow Road, does it?
That's a good point.
Does it?
It doesn't. It's not good, is it?
Overall, I mean, it wasn't a terrible map.
No.
Looking at the map itself, gameplay wise, it was a good track. But then you have the issues, like Flesh brought up. It's just, is it really a Rainbow? Like,
You know, it's built different in this is the 64 remake. It's not even a remake. It's a different track at this point.
It is completely new.
Yeah,
It's reminiscent.
I did like the colors and just like how they kind of like popped out over the course of the entire track.
Rainbows look very good with like a gold and bronze.
Mhm.
Yes.
But like playing this track, I always find this to be like the more boring one.
Agreed.
Because there's only like there's either 3 or 4 item box sections.
Mhm.
And like if you're not in a good spot and you get like a green shell and a banana and you're just like, I'm screwed now.
Yeah.
Because like the last one is like 20 seconds until the end. You're just like, there's no way for me to catch up now. And there's only a few sections to get coins too to get that speed up. And you're just kind of along for the ride, and you can see your asshole friend is just up there. Can't get to you.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. This is it's a spectacle. It's the jump up superstar of this game. You're there for the ride.
It is a ride. Yeah. This one focuses like you're mentioning with the other one, it's more about going past the visuals and whatnot. But this one wants you to see fireworks in the train. You're along for the ride, like you said.
Yep.
This one's about
It's a Disney
spectacle.
World ride. That's what this is.
I see that.
Mhm.
This is the fireworks cruise of tracks. Next one. This one's
What you guys
fun.
think? Yeah.
This can get pretty crazy.
Yep.
Because with the 90-degree turns, with how fast-paced this game is.
I mean, overall, this map is just probably one of the more brighter Rainbow Roads.
Mhm.
You know, like they have a brighter tone to the colors that kind of make them like pop out. It's one of those like visually pleasing ones to look at.
Yeah.
Especially since we have a background now.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's not a void.
Yeah.
It's not a void.
I like the, like we were mentioning with how warm the last one was. This one's very cool, and
Yeah.
it's got the moonlight aesthetic on it.
That Nintendo polish.
Dude, they got that Nintendo polish.
They
Better
got
than
that
Pine Sol, baby.
Oh, yeah. And we got the Mario World font on there. It's
Yes.
so nice. Because
Mhm.
it's SNES. And they bring it back to that era. I never thought about that. That's awesome.
Intentional. I like it. Can we talk about the upgrade that this track has gotten through each of its remakes? It's as if they just continue to learn. Like,
It really
we can make this
blew up.
better and better.
And maybe that's why they keep bringing it back. It's like, we want to show you how we keep improving.
And I guess like the best way to do that is with the most simple one.
Wow, I didn't think I'd get a new appreciation for what I thought used to be one of my least favorite tracks. It's climbing.
It's getting up there now.
True. I guess this is a good
Speaking of
segue into
Why
tour.
don't we take a tour into it, guys?
Oh, I see what you
through
did
it.
there.
Oh man.
You took a segue is what you did. Hey there, Marcus from A Different Day here. So we did end up talking about Tor, but we decided not to put it in this ranking. But if you want to see that conversation, just let us know in the comments. Back to the video. Hot garbage? That's kind of rude.
For 4 of the same level?
Just them
okay.
existing is garbage.
Yeah. I think the lowest we'll rate anything is meh. I think that's a fair assessment. Because I think we're too nice.
We are pretty nice.
Kick it off with 64. We got the leap into 3D. Kind of basic.
Yep.
It's just a ribbon with a little chompy here and there without the stakes of falling off.
The adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's feeling meh.
Feeling meh. Yeah. This is a
This feeling real meh.
Super Circuit. That one, it looked pretty. Love
Yes.
me the aesthetic. Super Circuit. But it still didn't have too much to offer.
I'm
You
gonna
had your
tell
jumps.
you, those jumps rocketed it to the top of mine. Not number
Really?
1. I'm thinking it's like 2 or 3 for me.
Wow.
Because-
just for
Like, for it to be so early, yet give it like the fun of the hopping off of the track, and you can knock somebody off and kill them, or you could shortcut yourself. I think that's so cool.
you were thinking with relativity.
I love that. And I also
perception.
love the backgrounds and how it's sort of like almost timeless. It looks better than some of the ones that came after it.
I was gonna say solid. Having the addition of the jump pad is a really nice touch that you don't really see anywhere else. Which is why I kind of moved it. I originally thought of it as average, but you brought up that jump pad Just got me thinking about that some more, and it's worth a solid. It's worth a solid for me.
Next we got Double Dash.
This felt like they were still trying to find their footing. They did some cool things. It was the first time we saw a trampoline tube thing.
Saw a lot of boost pads.
Would give it a solid.
That's better than what I thought he was going to say. I'm going to be honest.
Thought he was gonna say average.
I thought he was going to say average.
I think this is the first time the design, the layout of the map was pretty unique. We're getting away from just blocky turns and not just a ribbon of swirls. I think I would give it a really good. I like the floating objects because I think that's a little more. Well, okay. I think the floating objects are cooler than neon signs, but I don't know if it's cooler than fireworks.
This almost feels like there's unused assets, and they were like, just put that there.
Right. I think the difficulty of the level is putting it a really good for me.
Bias aside, like complete bias aside. I came in here thinking it was going to be my top one. It isn't. Kind of lower down on the list than I thought it was going to be. Mainly because looking at it objectively, it added a lot of things to Mario Kart. It doesn't really hold up as much as my nostalgia kind of thought it did. Although still a really good track, I would put it at a really good. But if we're looking at just the Rainbow Road itself, I'm actually going to have to put it at a solid myself.
Okay.
Double Dash as a Mario Kart game, godlike. The Rainbow Road itself, a little bit nah.
Next, we have Mario Kart DS's Rainbow Road. Feeling kind of average with this one. It took the ideas of, I think Flesh, you brought this up. It took Double Dash and shortened it.
Yes.
And then it had a loop-de-loop.
I'd agree with that average rating. I mean, unless, it's like you're around a lot of people and there's items going, you're bumping into each other. That might make it a little bit different. But out of the footage we saw, there really wasn't any of that. So I would have to say average on it as well.
Yeah,
what you got, Flesh?
I think I agree with it being average. But that's what they were kind of going for, right? They were like, we can now make this on the DS. But we need to do it without a whole lot of work. It's also kind of ugly.
But you know what was godlike about DS Mario Kart? The mission mode.
There was a mission mode.
There was a mission mode in DS.
I do remember this, and you know what? Now you saying it, my brain is like, do you remember that map that was just a DS? You were just driving on the DS while you're trying to take everybody's balloons. I'm
curious where we're gonna rank this one. We got Mario Kart, Wii's Rainbow Road.
The danger level, very low.
I think they took the danger level away and they wanted it to be a fun and exciting level with the parkour elements and stuff. I think this is really good.
I also
think
really good track. Really good.
Nice.
I'm glad we all agree again. That's twice in a row we've all agreed.
Hey, I like that.
I was saying, if we were just going off of visuals alone, I would actually say it's godlike.
Right.
Because I just think visually it looks very pleasing.
It's a pleasing.
Mario Kart 7's Moon Road. I mean Rainbow Road.
It's a moon.
That's
no moon.
I don't know how to judge this one since I never played it. Design-wise, I would give it a godlike. I like how many elements they throw into this. But track-wise, I think it's really good. In difficulty, I think it's really good.
I like that it's new, quote unquote, to Rainbow Roads. And I like that you do. They started to really make you feel like you're in an environment, right? So you were in space before, or you were on just Rainbow Road. Now you are somehow a little bit more grounded in the universe of Mario.
Yeah, you're actually in space and not in a void on a ribbon floating around.
I do think it's a little too focused on the track. So I'm somewhere between really good and solid.
Fair enough.
I feel like, I guess if I had to choose, I'm leaning towards solid because I'm not firmly in really good.
I ranked this one as my number one.
Ooh.
I did indeed.
Okay.
Because having the focus on the track rather than the atmosphere doesn't really bother me personally too much. And on top of that, you guys brought up all the different elements they brought in. The simple fact that when you're on the moon, you have that little floaty, like gravity kind of thing. I thought that was a really nice touch to bring into it. The only downside to the map itself was I didn't really feel like there was a lot of danger with it. There was a good balance between rails and no rails, but again, the footage, really wasn't anybody throwing a whole lot of items there. There wasn't really a whole lot of like clashing of the carts. So there's a lot of those factors that we didn't really get to see with the footage itself. I did rank it 1, but I'm gonna have to say really good just because of that fact alone. That it could be better. It could be godlike to me if we were able to see a more competitive kind of view, but the video was just trying to show us the map itself. So I mean, you can't really ask that.
And now, SNES, the 4th iteration on the Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, this one's
It's
glow up. It does it for me. To take what was, at the very beginning of what anybody understood a Rainbow Road was, and to make it not only still exciting, but visually very entertaining, I would give it a really good.
I think I would have really liked to see it explore more than being flat. Try to be a little more inventive, like I mentioned with Ribbon Road. You could have maybe thrown in like an anti-gravity thing in there somehow. I mean, it is Rainbow Road. We're in space. You can do that.
At least a hill.
No. Yeah.
Some sort of dip.
This is a really good level. Really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say really good as well. Simply because it was a really big glow up looking from where it started to where it's at now.
Rainbow Road N64 on Mario Kart 8. I like the lore that we created with this one. And I feel like this is going to unfairly impact in favor of it. Like, it's warm, it's cozy. And this was honestly one of my least favorite tracks in all of Mario Kart 8. I love the look of it, but at the end of the day, it's the gameplay. And I think it's not meh. I think it's just average for me.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. They added a lot to make it visually pleasing, but they didn't really add. They made it longer. They didn't add anything else. It just longer. I'm actually gonna give this one a solid, just because like I really think the visual buffs that they gave it did kind of make it that much better to where I could feel comfortable saying it's a solid.
We do love a good color palette.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I stand by what I said before. It's a Disneyland ride. But, I like Disneyland rides.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. If you're in last place, short of a bullet bill, there's no way you're winning. And there's no way you're enjoying that.
You accidentally fall off on this, game over, man.
You're just not happy. You can't even enjoy the ride.
It's like you're with a group of people and you don't want the group to split up, and you're voting on what rides to go on next. You don't like It's a Small World.
Yeah.
But everyone else does. And it's a hour and 15-minute wait.
Yep.
So you're waiting in line to go on a ride that you don't even want to be on. That could be this if you're in last place.
Man.
The whole time.
I'm gonna say that this is average for me. It's definitely not meh.
Meh's too harsh. We can't put both 64s in there.
Both 64s in.
Yeah.
Oh, it was an upgrade. It's just all visual.
But last but certainly not least, we have Mario Kart 8's
Mario
unique take on Rainbow Road. Because I'm a madman and I love 200cc. My preferred playstyle. I think the difficulty of this is such an anxiety-inducing and fun roller coaster. This might be my own godlike. The legacy of Rainbow Road is that it's full stop the hardest track. Hate seeing it in a casual setting like, oh man, no, I want to have fun. Why are we doing Rainbow Road? This is the Rainbow Road that you play when you want it to be a crazy time.
I'm gonna have to be the complete opposite of you and tell you that I'm giving you this meh.
Yeah, the colors on this one, not
it's
a big
not
fan
even
of.
Just the colors. For me, I think this is difficult for all the wrong reasons. From what we saw, I think that your issue is more running into something you don't want to because it's so muddy. I think that this is not a Rainbow Road, quote unquote. It is some other kind of track with Rainbow Road influence. If this is a ranking of Rainbow Roads,
Yes.
I'm going to say that this is my least favorite Rainbow Road. Wow. But is it a bad track? Not necessarily.
Like layout wise.
When it comes to Rainbow Roads, this is not what I'm looking for. You are creating something different with this. In the ranking of Rainbow Roads, I'm giving this a meh.
Just the idea of seeing this next to N64. It's crazy that it's like the first one in our ranking. At least it's the first one. If those are both sitting next to each other, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a very solid point that he brings up. That it's not really a Rainbow Road, but more like a Rainbow Road-esque with major influence on the space style that Rainbow Road is. But where I'm going to defer, doesn't feel like a Rainbow Road, but they slapped that Rainbow Road tag on there, so it's a Rainbow Road, whether we see it as it or not. They slap that name on there. So what are we gonna do? Send an email to Nintendo of America and be like, "This is not a Rainbow Road. Change its name." They don't care.
It's very likely.
That's true. They don't care.
So I'm gonna have to slap it on an average.
Okay, we need at least one godlike. We need a king of Rainbow Roads.
We do need a king. One of these really good.
Out of the 3 really goods, we need a king. What is the quintessential Rainbow Road?
So real quick, give a rundown of what we're looking at.
We've got a very whimsical and fun Rainbow Road in the Wii. And then we're going heavy into a space theme with 7. And almost like it's poetic, this coming of age story of the OG Rainbow Road.
And I'll even go a step further to say it's probably the most dangerous out of the 3.
Out of these 3? Yeah.
I'm going to have to put my vote in. I definitely think that SNES remake might do it for me.
I think we all argued ourselves into making it.
We all argued.
That's crazy.
Sasuke, what do you think?
As much as I loved stuff that they added in the Wii version, to make it its own, here's this, and then 7 as well with that was the first game that had the paragliding. They showed a bit of that. They had the moon, they had the gravity. It was all super cool, but at the end of the day, no matter how simple that track is, no railing, you're adding in the swamps that make in this edition make the ground just kind of shake to give you that hit the
you
speed
can trick
boost.
off that first bump, right?
You can
the
trick
biggest
over
bump.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do it off of a couple of them actually.
Oh yeah, because those are aggressive. Which one is it? The 7? They introduced the wavies. I don't think they're that aggressive in that.
They were not, and there are more of them in the Mario Kart 8 edition too.
And when you get to that fork and one side is choosing it, really.
And then you have the ramp in the middle. If you have the mushroom, you can hit that ramp.
Whenever a stage is so dangerous that you don't want a mushroom sometimes, because you're like, I don't know when to use this.
See, and that's the beauty of those smaller, more compact maps is that there are so many 90-degree turns. You don't want a mushroom because it is too dangerous on the higher difficulties. All hail Lord SNES.
Life is poetry. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Bingo. That's a good list.
I'll be damned. No, this is